Now
No
it has
way.
to be in there. We can't edit that
No.
out. It's too stupid. We can't do it.
It's
Featuring Shaq and Everlast.
um okay, well, like,
This is
so
our this is
uh
our bunch of goofballs bid.
yeah.
What are
All
we
right.
talking about tonight, Jake?
Well, last time we decided, well, everyone kind of agreed that we didn't give Transformers 1 enough time. And
Mm.
so we decided to
We're gonna
not
give
give
them
it enough
less
time
time
again
this
tonight.
time. Yeah.
All right, so Transformers One. It's a movie.
It's a good movie. We
Okay,
established that we all enjoyed it quite a bit. It's a good
and that we
Transformers
all paid to
movie.
see it in a theater. We established that too
Yes, we
clearly.
did. Yep.
Okay.
Several times, some of us. Uh, yeah, we all enjoyed it. Good Transformers movie, maybe the first good Transformers movie since when? A lot of years.
86.
Since
Ever,
1986.
I
ever,
assume
really,
I'm
ever.
not echoing now, too, since I switched over my PC. I'm hoping.
Yeah, no,
Sound
you're
great.
good.
Yay. All right.
So it's a great movie that has a wonderful story to tell about how friendship can go terribly, terribly wrong. And it's fucking great. The moral of the story being don't make friends.
I
And
don't
know your
know if
place in the
that's.
mines.
Is that
Yeah,
the
don't get out of
moral?
line.
That's interesting. That's
The
a neat
moral of the
take.
story was don't get out of line.
Keep your
I
head
think the
down
moral,
Yeah.
and be a compliant slave for your nation state. I got it. Okay. Good
yep.
movie.
I mean, you know, and also like when like I thought Helmsworth was pretty great as Orion Pax. When it got to the Optimus Prime voice, I kind of just I miss Peter Cullen.
It's
Yeah.
I'm
just
not,
there.
Oh,
I
I
just
thought
that
it
guy.
was a pretty good Optimus voice. I think it was Peter Cullen-y.
Who did the voice in Transformers 1?
Uh,
Chris
Hemsworth.
Hemsworth.
Okay.
Thor.
Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth. Yeah.
That
It was
tall,
no yeah.
blonde Australian man.
And he sounded like he loved doing it, I think. So
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they all
Yeah, no.
sounded like they loved being in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seemed like everyone was having a good time. It was good, but yeah, it just was a Peter Cullen, but it was good.
Um,
I like it when Megatron, like he or like D16, he starts out, he's not very rageful, but he does have sort of like a dented, twisted, kind of like chip on his shoulder. And then by the end, like he turns into Megatron with the proper amount of rage, and it's great. Like there's a nice evolution of rage for that character.
evolution. I
Yeah.
heard
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, the eyes
Um,
turned red and everything.
Yeah, the thing I noticed about the film, did we watch it twice together?
In those
Yeah, we
theaters that we
did.
went to,
Yeah, we
yes,
did.
Yes.
Me and Rick
Um,
did
Yeah.
in the theater.
in
Then we
the
went
theater. I went all the way to Washington
We
just for that.
we all did.
I'm just making sure that
It was a day trip
I'm remembering.
Yeah, I think yeah.
I
During a
am.
hurricane.
I am.
during a hurricane.
I got it. Yeah.
The hurricane flew me over.
The thing I noticed that I
Air
started
Milton.
thinking about the like near the end of the film and during the second watch was just how tight the film really is. It is like brimming with material, but its mission is to get it done, like to get this story out. And it packs a lot of stuff in there that really works and makes the movie work, like that those little moments of magic, like with the deer. Um,
Love the deer.
but
Everybody
but
loves the
Oh
deer. The
yeah.
deer are great.
but it is like cutting to the chase. So it's got some of that like old style, like this movie is moving, and if you stop, it's not. Like you will miss things if you're waiting for it to be to stay in place for too long or anything. It's kind of I liked it. Like, it moves.
hmm
It does move. Absolutely. It doesn't
There
overgrow.
aren't 10 shots of helicopters landing.
That's true.
Buscemi as Starscream, really good. I thought that whole. I didn't care for the Soundwave voice, but whatever.
Really?
It
Okay.
doesn't matter. I thought so.
Yeah, I don't know. I recognize a lot of the voices, but I don't. I really don't know. I don't remember who all played what, but I do remember Buscemi playing Starscream because that was awesome. I think he did it real. He's great. He's a good bad guy, but he's also funny, so he's perfect.
Um. So yeah,
I
like
liked Shockwave's voice. And I didn't like that Shockwave was funny, but I definitely liked his jokes.
Right.
He's the
Okay.
one that
He's not supposed
says
to be.
Bumblebee talked even more when he was asleep, right?
Yes,
It was-
Bumblebee talked even more when he was asleep.
Yeah.
He's the one that got punched in the eye.
right. They really did not respect the originally established Shockwave character. They were just like, we're just gonna do what we want with this character.
Well, they're doing that with most of them. They're kind of building them from the ground up.
Yeah, he's not Transformer Mengele yet.
He's High Guard. He's the High Guard. He's one of the High Guard guys. Which
I like High Guard too, because it's not. It feels like it. Like, of course, that you got to come up with a name before they come up with the good name. You know.
Yeah.
And I liked a little bit of oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I liked the little bit of like Orion Pax leading the proto Decepticons. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's got the thing where he is trying to get people together, and he's just kind of rolling
Like he's got
Rolling-
some sort of
rolling
But,
out
uh,
with it.
he's
you
an
know?
or like he's got
organizer.
some kind of power.
Or so, yeah.
Yeah.
some kind
He's
of
like
power
really
to touch.
transforming throughout the early part of the movie, and it kind of like rolls out at that scene. You're right.
It's transformative.
It's as if there's more to him than you might otherwise assume.
Yeah.
They did kind of integrate all those concepts into the way the script's written a little bit, didn't they? That
I gotta
seems
tell you
nice. Oh.
though, as a toy line, it's a stinker. There's nothing for toys in this movie.
Oh, I don't know. The Sentinel looks pretty cool.
Well, where is it? The movie's
It's
long
some-
out of theaters. Like
Most of the toys that like as far as the toys go though, that like they have a main line that is cheaper than like most of the toys that they make and I think it's so that they can try and sell some of the toys. So they're less
well, I
good.
have the Studio Series Optimus, and it's fine, but I'm playing with it right now. It's pretty cool in a lot of ways, but also like it's the only thing I can buy for this movie.
They pushed it out really fast too.
And I have the Brave Commander Optimus pre-ordered, so I can't tell you how it is, but it looks cool.
Yeah.
I think if I had the thing I was thinking of is like one of the things that I feel like pays the cost of the film like being so like brisk is something like, where does the name of the Decepticons come from? We don't like it just happens, which like is how you get there, I guess.
No,
But
there's a nice little. They explain it.
Yeah, no.
There's like
Yeah.
a nice little thing at the end or whatever.
Yeah, it's
So-
like
He
right there
was
at the
like,
sticker.
they deceived us,
Yeah,
but no, we will be.
yeah, we're
Decepticons.
contrary to the deception.
There you go.
Does
We're
he
the
say,
Deceptor-
is there a play of
we're the
words
de-
like that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Yeah.
How
Yeah.
did I miss that, man? I still feel.
Yeah,
I
he's
still
maybe
feel like
after the credits even.
It's
but-
it's a
Okay.
way post credit scene
I still
that
feel
you have
like
to
it
sit in the theater
needs-
like Forrest and I did to watch.
I still feel like it needs something more than that, but I don't know.
yeah, it's
That's a personal nitpick at that point, then, because it's just like, well, okay, you turned a phrase, but
yeah.
that to me doesn't quite sell it to me alone, because like the rest of it, like it makes sense. He's Megatron because he took Megatronus's cog. Like they there's
Megatronus is what?
there's a path. His COG cog.
Yeah, it's,
Oh, I thought you said
issue
the other
last
thing.
time.
Yeah, he
it's
pulled
discussions.
the cog right out of a Sentinel's chest. Just like
So
Yeah, what's up?
What about like, okay, if this thing's a trilogy, how do we want that to go? And if it's just like it gets a single sequel instead, like what would you want in that?
They have to team up again. They have to
That would
come
be cool.
together
Yeah,
to take down the quintessons, and then it
The
gets even
Quintessons for sure.
because
worse.
we forgot all
Where's
about
yeah, we
them.
need a there's got
We'd
to
have
be
to
a
explain
Unicron too,
them
right?
more probably in the second one.
Yeah, you need
Maybe.
Unicron, but I don't know how far down you put that in order to make it
I don't.
work.
Do you need Unicron? I mean,
I guess you could make that just
they,
in the future or
yeah,
whatever.
Michael Bay kind of. I'm not just the live action ones kind of set up and then farted with Unicron twice. It might leave a bad taste. There's
Could
other
be.
bad guys.
Yeah.
You know what? You're right.
Who's a
You're
bad
right.
guy you want to see, Forrest?
You just make it so that you can't even really
That's
beat the quintessence
irrelevant.
by the second movie anyway.
No, come on, like give us throw out some names. You want tidal wave? Who do you want?
Yeah, who would be? Yeah,
yeah.
that would be
Tidal
cool.
Wave. What about what about like a movie where like Megatron like almost dies and then he gets reformatted into Gal.
The thing is, Jake, is that if Megatron's being reformatted into Galvatron, that means Unicron's involved, or you cheated.
Right. We don't need to get that
terrible
deep.
movie.
So this is like an origin story. So like we're deep in the Transformers lore before they ever go to Earth or anything, which helps, the movie because we don't have any horrible humans to deal with. So like any next movie is also going to have to be in a timeline before we go to Earth. And I'm fine with that. Like, let's just tell stories on Cybertron where they fight the Decepticons. I don't know, liberate Iacon. I'm down with all that. What were you got for us?
The way I see it, I think the trilogy it just needs to all it needs to do is explain why Cybertron goes from overflowing with Energon at the end of the first movie to being so dire in need of energy that they go to Earth.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's because the two Transformer races there are Transformers that have factioned off and they're killing each other, and it's destroying the soul of Primus. These are his creations. He doesn't like seeing his children kill each other.
Yeah, you don't even need anything as big as Unicron as a big bad guy. You just need the tragedy of Primus watching those two races split him apart.
And so then and it's like you integrate that, so you've got the story kind of overlapping with that and wrapping up the thing with the quintessons. I think that's really good, and you just reestablish some of the mythology from the original franchise.
Is Alpha Trion dead?
And then you're like sailing. Huh?
Is Alpha?
Yes.
Is he dead?
I think he's extra dead.
Yes.
Very, very dead.
Yeah.
No more.
Well, he wasn't dead
Fishburne
before.
in anything other than a vision. So
you could have like
his soul
a second movie. Right? You could have like a second movie where Optimus and Megatron, they're fighting. This is years later, and they finally like team up at the end to take down the Quintessons. And then like a third movie, you bring in people like Tarn or something, like true believers in the Decepticon cause, and they're disappointed in Megatron for teaming up with Optimus, and there you go, new big bad.
And you also get a lot of opportunity to make who are just name characters that you don't know that much about, like say, you got you got your blue streaks and your sunstreakers and your ironhides and you got all these guys. They're marquee names, but that you could tell stories about them within these other two movies and flesh them out as characters and make people fall in love with them and shit.
Yeah. That just reminded me. That's one of the other things that I liked about this is that they found a way to kill the main boy, Orion Pax / Optimus, and then like make that this like spiritual theme of like sacrifice, because they both make sacrifices. Orion Pax sacrifices himself, and Megatron sacrifices other people.
Or you could say
to
his
get what
own
they
like
want.
innocence or whatever, you know.
I don't need Optimus to die yet. Like he's got so much more opportunity to do that in the future.
He
Like
already did. He's undead. He's
stupid,
almost Jesus.
stupid movie.
Yeah,
Come
he's
on.
basically Jesus.
Uh,
He died, and then God brought him back to life.
God brought him back, so
but yeah, that's the easiest reference point. There are other ones. It's not important.
You know what? We did say this is the best Transformers movie there's ever been. This is the best?
Oh, and
It's really
hopefully
good,
so far.
but
so far.
yeah,
There you go.
they're not going to top it. I don't think they're going to do any of this shit. I think they're
not
done
gonna
with
make a
this
second
franchise.
We'll see.
I think they can do it. I think it's very possible. And I'm not saying that it's going. I'm not trying to say that it's going to happen. I'm just saying that like it's very possible. Like with how well they laid this out and got it written, and how much craft is put into it, I think they could do a second one and top it. It's just a matter of like knowing the stakes and like running with those stakes and being willing to like break some of the nice things that are in the film.
So I'll say this movie was as great. I felt as great about this movie as I felt about the Lego movie. And I felt like the Lego movie part 2 was also really great. But because of the separation between those two, I've seen the Lego movie like 10, 15 times. I've seen the Lego movie part 2 once. Like, so if they're gonna do a sequel, they need to hop on the trolley. They can't let this thing simmer. It just really won't work. Like the franchise will die. Like people will lose
They
interest. So.
it seemed like they were setting it up at the very end for a sequel.
I'm sure they're planning on it, and
That's how it felt.
It's
But,
probably already being like quietly worked on for a corporate decision to come down.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I
mean,
like, I
we
like
should see.
robot fighting action, but like I also like it when they're not fighting and they're doing other shit, like talking to each other, doing
Yeah.
other shit like that.
and that's honestly that's probably like the key to setting up the next movie is like getting into some of the regular stuff and then moving it on from there.
Those
Yeah.
are my favorite part of those Last Light comics. Little scenes of just like everyone in a bar.
What
Oh
happens?
no, I love slice of life
happens-
shit's so great.
What do the Transformers do when there isn't a problem? Is like
They have
a
boyfriends.
great
Great.
thing. What is their regular life like? What does it look like for there to be not like a utopia, but just like regular ass stuff?
Yeah.
Most of them, they get up every day, they go to the car wash, they go to work.
Yeah. Like the rest of us.
I think as a movie, this is that formula that so many people like. This is like the one of the best. Like it's quick and dirty with like the plot and moving things along and doesn't linger on the stuff that like the Michael Bay movies do that make them miserable to watch.
Like Romeo and Juliet.
Oh my god, there's almost nothing even resembling.
You don't even have to worry about that.
No, there's nothing like
These
that.
robots are way older than 17.
Oh my god.
What the movie does best is get the relationship between Optimus and Megatron established, and it does that great. It's never been done better, and that's awesome.
And it touches on it multiple times. Oh, you get the fucking flashback scene to just before they were in these jobs, and that like
right.
It breaks your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Like hard, and you're not expecting it to, but it's like, and the first time I was just like, oh, are they doing a flashback now? That's weird. And then I was just like, oh shit.
It fully breaks your heart because
Yeah.
at that point you're like you just watched Megatron be born, and then they flash back to D16 like, oh,
dangerous.
I hear this is a dangerous job. I hope we'll be okay. Oh,
Yeah.
Little baby.
Yep.
Yeah, some writer is making their career. Several writers are making their career off of that. it's
Pretty good.
yeah, and it's very tight, and that's maybe the thing that I was blown away with. It's just like the script is really tight and it just moves and gets the thing done. And I don't think that's not my favorite type of movie, even, but like it's hard not to appreciate the craftsmanship that goes into this one.
It's amazing. This is the best fucking Transformers movie they've ever. And they'll never make another one like because they learned their lesson. The only thing that works is if you get Michael Bay to make a movie, and then everybody in China will go watch it, and we'll make a billion dollars.
Oh, I don't know. I think this is one that could easily be just a slow burn, and it just does crazy business once it's out of theaters. It's not the same as the DVD thing, but I think it can happen.
Yeah, people don't like. I don't know. I'm still watching new movies from 4 years ago.
I think it needed to be a massive hit, or it wasn't going to be anything, and it's not a massive.
Oh, Magic the Gathering is paying all of their bills anyway, Rick. It's going to be fine.
No, let's face it. All the best Transformers properties are the, kind of unsuccessful ones. We got animated, we got Transformers 1. That's good.
I'm a little surprised they didn't do a Fortnite.
Well, okay, to be fair, there's only 2 good Transformers properties. So.
Hey,
wait a second. Isn't there 3 by default? At least in your opinion.
Well, I don't like Beast Wars, so I don't know.
No,
G1's
we're talking
good
about
Wars.
we got G1, we got the movie.
No, G1's not good. Like I love it, but that's because I grew up with it.
What? There's many definitions of good, Rick. Come on, it's goofy '80s fun, like Thundercats.
I watched it through new eyes.
I get
every second of it.
With the Thundercats, I get I enjoy Thundercats, but I wouldn't want anyone else to watch it.
It's literally the Eminem Mars Chocobot hour. Like
When's the last time you watched Thundercats, Rick?
Hey.
Yeah, but as far as toy commercials go, this one's pretty good.
Like,
well, they're not good then. Like, because they're not good. Go watch He-Man. That shit is not good. It's awful.
Well, what are the 3? We got 1, not G1. You don't even have G1.
Animated.
Yeah, all right, animated.
Animated and Transformers 1. Yeah, there you go.
That's 2.
Just 2. Oh.
I mean, I didn't read Lost Light, but I guess there's 3. All right, there you
go. Okay.
Lost Light's incredible. That entire, Lost Light, More Than Meets the Eye, all that's incredible.
What about even Last Day of the Records? That's pretty good.
There's Beast Wars is really good, and there's
I enjoy Beast Wars.
There's parts of Armada that's fun.
No, stop.
Yeah.
You stop with that. You can steer people wrong. You can steer people wrong, and they're going to listen to you. They're going to listen. They're going to try to watch.
Listen, Armada gets really good in the last 10 episodes.
Well, I feel like we should kind of put a disclaimer here. I think that's the one we watched on 1.25 speed.
No, that's the Netflix one.
Okay, sorry.
That is.
Oh, right. I forgot that happened.
War for Cybertron trilogy.
Oh my god! I forgot that TV show even happened.
Puts too much emphasis on its gravitas.
Yeah, where we needed to watch it on 1.5 speed because everyone was talking extra
slowly, extra slowly.
Every line, delivered.
Of America. Come on, man.
Everybody was the slowest talking Batman at different points in that show.
It was a bunch of people busting out their Optimus Prime impersonations for characters that aren't Optimus Prime.
And for moments that didn't
Yeah.
make any sense. And like, it was a bad choice. It was a choice. It was a swing, and it's not done well.
It was like, so like people really hold up Transformers Prime as something great, and I'm like, it's not better than the show that it replaced, but it's heaps and bounds better than that Siege shit. Jesus Christ! And
it's better.
Siege was kind of the best of those three, wasn't it? They were all terrible.
I've been watching Earthspark, and while I like it, it makes me reevaluate Prime. It's definitely a kids show.
So we only have a few minutes left to record this, so we should bring it back
like
to
in life.
No,
How dare you?
No,
Yeah,
should bring it back to Transformers 1.
Your time is nearly up.
Perfect. Yep.
It's your last chance.
So
I would give the movie like 2 Tesla Optimus robot thumbs up.
I wouldn't do that to the film.
Don't do that.
You're
Don't.
straight back to
pretend
shit
that doesn't
posting
exist.
when you get to the end of the show. What?
Well, that's when that happens.
Sorry.
All I know is I'm buying that Transformers 1 Blu-ray on October 22nd or whenever it is. October 22nd-ish. Just because I really want the Transformers, the 1, the 2.
Oh, that's cool. That's around my daughter's my daughter, but her birthday ish.
It would be awesome if they just called the sequel Transformers TWO, Transformers 2. Or TOO as a clever play on words,
look
that,
who's talking
like
to.
that clever series of Look Who's Talking and Look Who's Talking.
I knew exactly what you were doing.
Yes, son of a bitch.
But not like now you see me too.
What?
You don't know. You don't know about those terrible.
Now you still see me.
Stakeout 2.
It's just
more staked out.
Magic movies where I agree with Dan Harmon that it should have been now you see me, now you don't, and they didn't do that.
Yes, it's clear.
It's
Yeah,
now you see me too.
I don't even get the reference, but if I get the joke.
Oh, it was a movie. It was like a heist movie, or it was a couple of heist movies.
It's Ocean's Magicians. Yeah, it's about to be now you see me.
I didn't like how they called it Ocean's 11 and then 12
Ocean's
and 13.
12.
And that annoyed me.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not the 12th one.
You sons of bitches.
Am I supposed to? It's like 1.2. Is that what that is?
Just be glad it's not Ocean's 37, Rick.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if they call it Transformers 2.0?
I wouldn't like that.
Hey,
man.
version numbers.
I'll be with Transformers 1, 2. I'm good with that.
1, 2. How is that? Like it's the word 1
and
then
the number 2. Yeah.
Or is it like the Roman numeral 2? So it says Transformers 1 I. Or what if they just and then everyone on the internet they'll just abbreviate it the number 1 I.
Yes. That's exactly
they'll just have Haywood Banks doing the theme song like Wheels on the Truck. Where it's just in Roman numerals.
Sorry, the only theme songs I know are the Fresh Prince.
Which is immortal. Okay, well, I guess so. We should wrap it up here because, we didn't get really. We'll just do this again next week. Which is
let's. With this podcast, I'd like to say
jobs and shit. So we gotta. Sorry, go ahead, Rick.
I just wanted to say with this podcast, we should just transform and roll out.
Gas to Moonbase 2! Jazz to Moonbase 2!